his school visit this morning.
Yeah, he's at Carter Academy in Aldine ISD for his weather lab. Anthony and the students will experiment with the fun side of STEM on KPRC2 Plus now.
He'll be challenging students to look at weather as more than just a forecast. Let's toss things over to him right now. Hey, Anthony.
Hello, we are live at Carter Academy at Aldine ISD. Can you guys say hi to our audience? We are with the 4th and 5th graders. We've had a great time already. Are you guys ready to learn about the weather? Before we get into what we're doing with the weather, in fact, oh, our mic's not on. So, okay, wanted to make sure you guys can all hear me. Before we get into the weather, I want to talk about a really cool event that happened just this past Saturday. We had an annular eclipse that moved through the state of Texas. It was in West Texas that saw this ring. If you did not move from Aldine, this is what you saw. You saw about 84% of the sun covered. The total solar eclipse is coming April 8th of next year. Again, if you stay here, you're going to see a partial eclipse. But if you move to West Texas or North Texas, and some of the kids are going to give a forecast for Dallas later on, you're going to see a total solar eclipse of the sun, which is incredible. I'm not going to talk a lot about that today since it's so far out in April, but I just wanted to mention that. So this is a picture of what I saw. I was in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and the ring went right over my house, and this is a picture my friend took and shared it with me. But that's what I saw on Saturday. Annular is Latin for ring, so it's a ring around the sun. That's what we had on Saturday. But I have a question for you, so I need 2 kids to help me with this. Come on up, yes, in the purple, so we got a 4th grader. Let's get a 5th grader. Come on, yes, come on up, right there, yep, come on up. So in your school books, whenever we talk about the sun, the moon, and the earth, this is basically what our books look like. And so during the solar eclipse, the moon blocks out the sun's light, so we go into the moon shadow. But how far away really is the moon? So this is what you're going to help me with. So everybody can hear, what is your name?
Anna Alvarez.
Anna Alvarez. Everyone say hi to Anna. Hi. Anna is going to be the Earth. Okay, hold that. There's your globe. Come on out. What's your name?
Braden.
Braden. Everyone say hi to Braden. Hi. Braden is going to demonstrate how far away the moon is from the Earth. So we're going to make this real here. But Braden, first of all, how far away do you think the moon is from the Earth? In basic perspective. How far? Stand where you think it is. It can be close, it can be far. What do you think? Stand, okay, right there. Okay? We're going to show you how far away it really is. So here's the Earth. Come on over. You're the moon, so I got a little moon stuffed animal. You're going to gently walk to show you how far away it is. Go ahead and walk that way. Walk toward Renee. Slowly, slowly, slowly. That way. You're going to hit the table. That way. Okay, slow, 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 slow. So you're already not right. Keep going. You got to keep going. Keep going. Don't hit the tripod. Slow, slow, slow. How far away is the moon from the Earth? Keep going. It's not that far. It's farther. Keep going. Keep going. Okay, slow down, slow down. You're almost there. You are there. Stop. That's how far away the moon is from the Earth in perspective reality. It is 9.5 times the diameter of the Earth. That's how far away the moon is. So whenever you look at your books, thank you so much, both of you. Whenever you look at your school books, good job, good job. Whenever you look at your school books, realize that the moon isn't that close. But the reason the moon is presented as that close is because you don't have a book wide enough to show you how far away the moon really is from the Earth. So it's pretty incredible when you have the exact shadow of the moon going right over you. Okay, now let's transition and talk about the sun. The sun is 100 times bigger than the Earth. It is 93 million miles away from us. It takes 8 minutes and 20 seconds for the light from the sun to reach us. So we're always walking around in old light. When the sun sets and you see the sun go down, the light has actually been gone for nearly 8.5 minutes because that's how long it takes the light to get to us. So we heat up from the sun. The reason it's going to be nice and warm outside today is, of course, the sun is shining on down. It's hot many times in the summertime. It's a little cooler in the wintertime, but we get our heat here on the earth from the sun. And it comes to us from a process called electromagnetic radiation. Can everybody see this? Yes. I am going to put sunlight on this. We're inside, so there's no sunlight, so nothing's moving. This is heat. What's happening? It's starting to turn. Is anything touching it? No. Is there any wind blowing it? No. What's happening, this is electromagnetic radiation. This is heat from the sun. So let me show this to you. Someone put out your hand. I know you're dying to help. Is that warm?
Yes, a little.
A little bit, yeah, not crazy, but it's a little warm. So what's happening is the sun is warming us up on a day like today from electromagnetic radiation. We don't really see it, but we can feel it. So that's electromagnetic radiation. Atoms carry heat particles all around us, then we warm up. Heat energy is created. So it's all about the tiny atoms that we can't even see. Now, visible light from the sun, we can see and we can feel it. So if you look up, it hurts your eyes, but you can feel the warmth of the sun. That's electromagnetic radiation. But it's really difficult when I say see what the sun is doing to actually see what the sun is doing. So I got a group way in the back that's going to go outside and come back in 1 minute. Let me show you what they're doing. They all have these little beads. What color are these beads? White. White. Are you sure they're white? No. You're not? They look white to me. Okay. If I put heat on them, what color are they? White. White still. Okay. These kids are going to come back, and I'm going to show you what they're seeing. What we have outside, and we don't see it because it's invisible, is infrared light. So this is an infrared light. Everybody sees that. It looks like a light. There's no heat coming from this. So I'm just going to bury this in here. And then these kids are going to come back, and they're going to explain to us what they're seeing. Ultraviolet light from the sun. Here they come. Are you ready to see what happened to their beads? Now, what's interesting is when they get in, they're coming in 3 seconds, they said. When they get in, their beads are going to go back to white because they're losing infrared radiation from the sun. Okay, what color were they when you went outside? They turned purple. So it's hard to see from this angle here, but you can kind of see this if you're watching on TV, how the middle lights, when they touch the IR light, they turn purple. What color are they now? White. There's white because they're back inside. So we do not see infrared light from the sun. It's there, but infrared light's actually really dangerous for us. Because if we go outside all the time and never wear sunblock for all our lives, we could get skin cancer with something we don't even see. How do we know it's there? Because you have IR beads, for example, and you know there's infrared radiation, but that is really bad for our skin. But that's why it's so important to have what's called our stratosphere. So all the weather that we have happens in the troposphere. The stratosphere blocks out dangerous IR radiation, infrared radiation. So it's really good to have that. And then you have the mesosphere, the thermosphere. But our atmosphere blocks out most UV rays. The other way we get heat is through conduction. Conduction is heat through contact. So I need 4 people to help me here. Let's do 1, right there. 1, 2 fifth graders. Yes, and then a girl. Yes, come on up. So I got 4 people, come on up. Okay, face everybody. What's your name?
Marcelino.
Marcelino, everyone say hi to Marcelino. What's your name?
Alan.
Alan? Is that Alan?
Angelo.
I'm sorry, what's your name?
Angelo.
Angelo, everyone say hi to Angelo.
Ureli.
I'm sorry?
Ureli.
Ureli, ooh, that's a unique name, that's pretty. Everyone say hi to Ureli. Okay, who has warm hands? Who has warm hands? No, here are you guys. Who has warm hands? My hands are cold. Okay, your hands are warm? Okay. Oh yeah, you're warm. What do my hands feel like? Cold. Cold. Your hands are warm. If we keep holding hands like this in this awkward situation, you're going to warm up my hands. So we're going to show this. Demonstrate conduction. Conduction is heat through contact. So you ready? You are each going to cup this and cover the bottom and show you what happens. And I'm going to explain what conduction is. Ready? Cup it. What happens? What's happening?
The water's going up.
It's going up. The water is going up. Heat through conduction. Water. So this is colored water. But what's happening is, because their hands are warmer than the actual bottle, the water rises. So this is an example of conduction. What is conduction? It is heat through contact. You have to have something touching. So if you ever cook for your mom or your dad or your grandparents, or cook for your brothers and sisters, and you make macaroni and cheese, and you put water in the pan, you put the pan on the stove, and the stove starts to boil, that is conduction. Everyone give them a big round of applause. So we've talked about electromagnetic radiation. We've talked about infrared radiation. We've talked about conduction. So those are the types of heat. Now we have convection. Convection is also something we do not see. But on a day like today, if it was really a moist day and we had a front or an area of low pressure, we would start the day with clear skies like we have right now. Clouds would start to build up. If it was really cold up here and unstable, the clouds would continue to build up. And then you would get showers and thunderstorms. This is video of evaporation. It doesn't look like it's playing right now, but you could see the moisture lifting, or it's wet here from the dew, and it starts to lift and evaporate. So the sun heats the earth, the air heats up and rises, clouds condense, and then we get rain and storms that form. Let me show you how this works in action now. I need one person. Let's see. I know you've been just dying to do this. Come on up. Okay, turn around. What's your name?
Jarrell.
I'm sorry?
Jarrell.
Jarrell. Everyone say hi to Jarrell. Hi. Okay, Jarrell promised me he's strong, okay? Now let's see how good your eyes are. Jarrell, tell me, can you see what the temperature is there in there? It's Celsius. It's not Fahrenheit, so it might... Do you see a number there?
Yes.
What is it? What's the number?
I see many numbers.
You see a lot. There's a lot of numbers, but there should be one that's brighter than the others.
22.
22. That's 22 degrees Celsius. Good job. So here's what Jarrell's going to do. This is a day where we're going to introduce convection to you. So here's a bottle. I'm going to put 2 drops of water. 1, 2, let's do 3. Okay, so Jarrell here, who's promised me he's strong, I'm going to close this up. So Jarrell, what you're going to do is you're going to add heat to this. The way you add heat is you're going to pump it up. Okay, hold the bottom, hold the bottom. So with all your strength, pump it. So what's happening now, because there's no air escaping, the air inside is heating up. So it's 22 degrees Celsius right now, but he is heating it up, just like the sun heats the ground. Tell me when you got it and you can't go it anymore, because it's as strong as it can be. You got it? Good job, good job. Oh yeah, you did a great job. Now, in this warm, you can feel how warm the bottles. Tell me what the temperature is inside. Can you read that to me?
28.
It's 28 degrees.
28.
So it's warmed up 6 degrees Celsius in here. So when it warms up and the air is able to escape, look at what happens, Jarrell. A cloud is created. So it lifts, and because of the heat, you now have a cloud. Good job, you did that. Good job, Jarrell. So everything I've taught you are really kind of the basics about what makes our weather, and a lot of it is simply from the sun. Because of the sun, we get storms. Because of the sun, we get clouds. Because of the sun, we get heat. And so the way I forecast the weather to see what's going on is I have radar, I have satellite, I have another example of radar. This is really bad. This is what's called a hook echo. This is a radar indicated tornado. And then I have recording stations. Recording stations show what the temperature, what the dew point, what the humidity, what the winds are, and of course what the temperature is. I have surface maps that I look at showing where high and low pressure is. We were demonstrating, let's find two more strong kids here. Come on up, you. Yeah, you too. So when we talk about high and low pressure is what lifts and creates clouds. High pressure is what sinks, like a day like today. We have high pressure basically right on top of us. So no clouds are able to form because it pushes everything down. This is an example of high pressure. So what I'm going to be is high pressure. I'm going to put this down. What's your name? Edison. Edison. Edison, I want you to lift straight up. Straight up. What's happening, Edison? Come on, Edison, you told me you were strong. You told me you were strong. Okay, that's good, that's good. So Edison can't lift this. Because why? High pressure is sinking it. High pressure is sinking. Clouds can't build up because the high pressure is so strong. You ready to try? Okay, let's see how, what's your name? Zoe? Ooh, I love that name. Zoe, right? Okay, Zoe, lift straight up. Two more, oh, you got it! Oh my gosh, how strong is Zoe? Good job. So okay, listen up. Zoe did a pretty interesting example because she used both her arms and really just lifted hard. Did you see she popped it? Did you see how violent that was? Whenever there's violent thunderstorms outside, sometimes it's because there's a cap, like high pressure over the atmosphere, but there's such a violent lift that it explodes, and some of the strongest thunderstorms we get, the severest weather we get, is from what's called a cap breaking or breaking an inversion, just like what Zoe did. So there's an example there. Okay, I also look outside to predict the weather. If the rock is wet, it's raining. If the rock is swaying, it's windy. If the rock is hot, it's sunny. If the rock is cool, it's overcast. If the rock is white, it's snowing. If the rock is blue, it's cold. If the rock is gone, tornado! And then I make the graphics. So I have to know, just like for you guys, what you learn in school, I have to know what I'm talking about. And so I put everything I've learned into graphics to tell you all the weather story. I sometimes are in front of a green screen. And now it's your turn. Who are my students here that are going to do this? Come on up. So here's what they're going to do. Who's first? Come on in. Who's first? Quick. Okay, ready? We're going to do, okay, what's your name?
Jose.
Jose, everybody say hi to Jose. Right? Okay, Jose's practice, so you're going to take the mic. Okay, we're going to get rid of this because you're practiced, right? Okay, and then Jose, you already know how to do this, right? Your clicker. Ready? Okay, so before Jose goes over there, he's going to do exactly what I do, just on a smaller scale. Okay, when Jose goes up there, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to switch this presentation so you guys can all watch Jose, because there's a good about 1 minute delay on this. So are you ready? So Jose is going to give the current temperatures. He's going to tell what's happening right now in Houston and what's happening in Aldine. He has something special for you in the middle. And then he's going to tell you what happens tomorrow on Friday. You ready? You got your graphics? You're good? Okay, so get in front of there. While you're there, okay, so I'm going to leave you. It's all on you now. I'm going to switch over so everybody can see you do the weather, okay? Okay, you got to use the mic. Go ahead. You're on.
Hello, I am Jose, and I am from Carter Academy. Today, right now, it is 62. It is a low of 62 degrees, and it is sunny. In the Astros, in the Astros game, it will be 76 degrees. And Wednesday, it'll be 84. And Thursday, it'll be 86 No, 64 through 86. And then Friday, it will be 64 through 90 degrees.
Yay! Good job. Now, you're going to sit down and you can watch yourself. Who's next? Who's next? Okay? You got it? I'm at the... Go ahead. You got the... Remember, you need your clicker. So this is all you. Remember, so these guys, they're having to control the mic and the clicker. So they're controlling everything. So it's all you. Ready? Remember to introduce yourself and say what school you go to.
Hello, my name is Scott Jones, and I go to Carter Academy Elementary. Currently, it is 62 degrees and sunny with no chance of rain. Tomorrow, it will be later this afternoon at 4 p.m. It will be 84 degrees, mostly sunny, and a 0% chance of rain.
Good job. Good job. Okay, who's next? Okay. I'm going to take your notes because you're ready, right? You're ready? Okay, don't forget. So you've got to use the clicker. The clicker is what moves the maps, all right? Go ahead and introduce yourself, where you're from, and let's do this.
Hello, my name is Romeo Roman, and I'm from Carter Academy Elementary. Today it is 63 degrees and humidity 87. Today, the Houston Astros versus the Texas Rangers. Mid-60s by night. Wednesday, 84. Thursday, 86. On Friday, it would be 90 degrees.
Good job. Good job. Okay. Who's next? Two more. Okay, so remember, stand off to the side and use the clicker. Let me make sure you're on the right graphic. Yes, you are. Okay.
Hello, my name is Catalea Eva Wilson. I am from Carter Academy Elementary. Today is mostly sunny, and it is a high of 87 degrees and a low of 63. The Astros recently went against the Texas Rangers in 70 degrees, mid-60s by 9 a.m. Today is a high of 84 degrees, and tomorrow's forecast is a high of 86 degrees and a low of 64 degrees. On Friday, it is a high of 90 degrees and a low of 64 degrees.
That was excellent. Good job. Excellent. Okay, got it? Are you set?
Yeah.
Okay. You guys all sit down.
Hello, my name is Anaya Curtin, and I'm from Carter Academy Elementary. Here we have a look at Houston right here. A beautiful place, isn't it, where we live? And for the forecast for today, it will be sunny with 60 degrees for the low, and the wind has increased by 3%. Here we have the Texas Rangers versus the Astros. Go Astros! Where the mid-highs by the 9th increasing. For Wednesday's forecast, it is partly sunny and 84 degrees. For Thursday's forecast, it's for the high it is 86 degrees and for the low 64. Friday, an amazing day, the last day of the week, vacation and free time. Our high is 90 degrees and our low is 68 degrees. Back to you, Anthony.
Stay here with me. Stay here with me. Okay, you guys, you have to know something. We have been doing these since the beginning of the school year. You knocked it out of the park. You had personality. You talked about the weekend, vacation starting. You had a Go Astros line in there with everybody with an Astros shirt on over here. Just loved. So, did you take public speaking classes, or how did you? We've done this with 2nd through 5th graders, and you were excellent.
I've been in drama for a long time, so I just act like it's drama.
That's great. And just so everybody knows, sometimes the weather is full of drama. We were talking about strong storms. So you're perfect for this if you want to do this later.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah, you're great. You're great. Excellent. Good job. Anything you want to say to who's watching?
I just want to say that make sure to have a good day and keep high hopes up, and try in the mornings, try to wear something like a jacket or a coat because it is cold and you don't want to be walking to the school bus in freezing cold temperatures.
Yes, excellent. Big round of applause. Okay, I have to tell you something else. We have a little more than a minute left. Just so you guys all know, this is incredible. She said she's in drama, but she knew exactly where the camera was when I asked her that question. She turned to the camera and addressed it. So great job, great job. Hey, we're gonna do one small thing when we get off here. But could we say goodbye to our audience with 1 minute left from our school here? What's the name of our school? Aldine ISD. Let's wave goodbye to our